All right, I am Heidi Warren. I'm a student nurse at Azusa Pacific University. I am going to be teaching my husband, who's stepping in for my patient today. And this is my academic teaching plan. So, my academic teaching plan is based off of a family that I interviewed. They live in the city of Victorville, California. In Victorville, 36% of the adults have a BMI of 30 or higher, and 31% of adults have high blood pressure. So the family that I picked fits in these demographics. She is a single mom, and she's got a son who's elementary school age. She lives in a single family house, just she and her son. She's a sole provider for her son. So she works long days and often is getting food on the go. She's high stress. She's just anything that is quick and easy. Her son, he goes to the public school here. He is of normal weight. He doesn't have any other health problems. The mother is overweight and she also struggles with having some chest pain when she has stress. So I will be teaching her on how to manage that later on. Mother is a high school graduate. She's received a certificate from some courses online. So she's a medical assistant at a doctor's office where she has worked her way up enough to support her family. So the needs are that the mom needs something that's quick and economical. I base this off of my Friedman assessment on my patient. So her previous activities, she used to go to the gym. Her son would go to the gym with her when he was younger and he was in the daycare system there. He decided as he got older, he didn't like it as much, so he didn't go to the gym with her. So she has put on a significant amount of weight when she stopped going to the gym. And that is when her chest pain has happened. So today I'm going to be hitting up 3 main points and I will be teaching my patient today. So did you know that high levels of stress are linked with having a greater health circumference and also higher BMI? So there was a study done that found that people who have high levels of cortisol, which is a hormone that your body gives off in response to stress, actually have a higher appetite. They had a greater waist circumference, and they had a higher BMI, which is your body fat ratio. So the higher your BMI is, the higher your body fat is, and the worse it is for your health. Your stress also influences your health preferences, this study found. And when you're stressed out, you crave more sugar and fat in your diet. So it's important for us that we go over how to monitor your stress and some health tips on how to make sure that you can lose the weight so that you can be healthy for your son. So today we're going to go over a basic nutrition overview. I know nutrition is one of those hard subjects that where do you begin? We're going to go over some meal planning. I know as a single mother, it's really hard to find some quick meals. You're on the go, you're trying to care for you and your son. And I'm going to come up with some activities for you and your son to do together that you can be active together. So some of this you can do at home. Some of it is actually some resources that I have found for you in the community. So first I have a video for you. And I will be showing this computer as well as you. We've seen it in the past together. So this is the video.
Hi, I'm Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue. In America, we are blessed with an abundant and affordable food supply, and nutrition information is available at your fingertips. So with so much health and nutrition information available online, and just about everywhere else, it's become downright confusing. We may want to eat right, but just don't know where or how to start. We've been thinking at USDA about how to help people find simpler ways to move towards better eating. This is certainly important because about half of all American adults have one or more preventable chronic diseases like hypertension or diabetes. So let's get to work to change that. Most of you are already familiar with USDA's MyPlate nutrition education tool and its website, myplate.gov, which is a home base for this new initiative. I invite you to join me in a new campaign, Start Simple with MyPlate, which can be found at choosemyplate.gov. The goal of this campaign is to provide easy things you can do to improve daily food choices. The MyPlate team will provide ideas and inspirations that we can easily incorporate into our busy lives. Simple tips like make half of your grains whole, or try fruit to satisfy your sweet cravings can make a difference in overall health and well-being over time. So let's start simple with MyPlate, and together we can see how easy it can be to improve our food choices.
All right. So what you just saw was one of the introductions for a website called Choose My Plate. It's actually the main reference that I'm going to be using today. This is where you can find nutrition facts, you can find recipes, you can find meal plans, you can find shopping lists, anything nutrition based. They have worked on making everything simple and very user friendly, and actually a lot of their stuff is geared towards someone on a budget. So you're able to come up with healthy food choices on a budget, which is great for you. So this is for you. Here is a coloring page. This helps with figuring out some portions. So this is from Choose My Plate, and they gear your plate. They break it up into sections. It's very easy to follow. They want half of your plate to be fruits and vegetables, a quarter to be grains, a quarter to be proteins, and then you can see the glass of dairy right there. It doesn't have to be a glass of milk, but it's like a cup of milk or 1.5 ounces of cheese. So they break it down. You want a variety of fruits and vegetables, all of the different colors, all work. You can also eat dry, but that doesn't count as a cup. You're going to want to eat less because it's condensed. So this is also another reference for Choose My Plate. For your fruits, you're going to want to eat 2 cups of fruit a day. You're going to focus on whole fruits, so with the peels and the insides, that is best. Fresh, frozen, canned, or dried is okay. So 2 cups of fruit, 2.5 cups of vegetables. You're going to want to make sure it's a variety of fresh and colorful fruits and fruits. You're going to want to include the different colors, so green, red, and orange. Make sure that half of your plate is fruits and vegetables. You don't have to eat vegetables for breakfast. You can eat fruits, just try and eat a variety. You're not going to want to eat strawberries every single day. Just like you're not going to want to eat green beans every day for dinner. You're going to want to change it up. You're going to want 6 ounces of grains. Make sure it's got whole grains in the nutrition facts. That's what's on the box in the nutrition label. You're going to want 6 ounces of whole grains, 5.5 ounces of proteins, and you're going to want to mix up your proteins. So you're going to want to take seafood, beans, peas, nuts, eggs, mix it up, poultry. It can be very vegetarian friendly. It can be not vegetarian friendly. Just eat the variety. And then 3 cups, make sure that your milk is low fat or non-fat. So you're going to want to make sure you have, even soy milk is okay. You just want to cut back on your saturated fat. And then drinks, you're going to want your, so drinks have sodium in them, milk has fat in it, and they've got sugar. So limit your sugar to 50 grams a day and your sodium to 2,300 milligrams a day. So this is from Choose My Plate. It's got the healthy guide. You can take that with you. Also, this is another thing. This is so easy to follow. It breaks it down just what I said, and it's got a little box that you can check if you hit your target or not. So it's got a yes or a no, and you can write down your different food groups. They really made it simple for you. It's got all your check marks. So this is another Choose My Plate. They've just really simplified how to eat healthy food. And if you're too busy to come up with your own meal plan, I have meal plans for you. So far, are you understanding a little bit on your nutrition?
Yes, it's very good because I've been waiting for someone to show me a lot of this, how what the proper fruits and vegetables other than the food pyramid that I've seen traditionally in the past.
Awesome. So yeah, when they break down the plate like that, where you can visualize half of fruits and vegetables and the quarters, it really simplifies when you're making your own plate at home.
And this should not be confused that this is a pie chart. Pie is bad.
So I have 2 week menus for you, and this is from Choose My Plate. It's got breakfast, lunch, and dinner all broken down, really simple menus here. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. This is all based on the 2,000 calorie diet. And they came with your week menu, and it also came with a shopping list. So I want to go over this with you and point out some big things that I like about this meal plan. What you're going to see is they have bold words here. These are recipes that they have on their website, and it actually makes 8 servings. So you're busy, and this can go a long way. So you cook one meal, and for you and your son, it'll go to 4 meals. So you can eat that. You can stagger it. You can bring some to lunch at work. You can pack up some for his school lunch, and you can eat it at home later on. So it's got the recipes online. These are all budget friendly because they stuck on budget friendly. This is going to hit all of your food groups, and it really simplified everything. So when you're busy, do you see anything on any of these menus that look good for you? Do you see any food options you like?
The chocolate chip yogurt cookie drew my attention.
Exactly. You're going to want to watch your sugar.
Ooh, I need lemon chicken.
But these are really good options. So here we've got scrambled eggs for breakfast. You can have 2 eggs, low-fat milk, a teaspoon of vegetable oil, 2 turkey sausage links, 1 slice of whole wheat toast. You can have half a teaspoon from the margarine tub and a teaspoon of jelly. You can have a cup of apple juice. That's actually a lot of food. So when you're eating healthy, you don't have to limit the amount of food you're eating. You're just going to want to make sure you're making good choices. So you won't go hungry, but you're going to be making good choices. So here we have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner options. So you notice the cookie, but do you see any of these breakfast options? Do you think you could pick the scrambled eggs for breakfast?
Oh yeah.
And that would be pretty good.
Because I eat them and they stay with me throughout the entire day.
And then even if you're not wanting that, you can have cereal with fruit if it's hot.
Meaning I'm full after I eat eggs.
And then there's some great lunch options here. You've got the tuna and cucumber wrap. So you can come up with all of these different things to make.
Pretzels and dip.
Pretzels and dip for a snack. You can have popcorn, an orange, carrot sticks, and hummus. These are all things you can grab on the go. They're very kid friendly. And then remember that these will go a long way, some of these recipes. So you'll find all the recipes at Choose My Plate. Those are for you. And they also, I'm going to give you this as a grocery shopping list. So they really simplified everything. You don't even have to copy down stuff from the recipe. They've got the recipe, but they've got all of the things you need to make a meal here. Do you have any of this stuff in your cupboard already at home?
Oh yeah, I got a banana, apple, all sorts of things.
Okay.
Been wanting to grow an apple tree, but that hasn't really worked out very well. But
so does this sound like something that you're able to do at home?
oh yeah,
Great. And then I know sometimes you go out to eat, and that's okay. But just try and stick with those basic suggestions that myplate.org is giving you. That half a plate of fruit and vegetables, and then break the rest into quarters. All right. So we've gone over what healthy food is. We've gone over some ways to make a meal at home and to create a well balanced meal at home. I've given you some suggestions like eating lean meat and whole grains, choosing low fat to non fat dairy, and going to go into exercise now. So I know that exercise has worked for you in the past. It's kind of boosted your self esteem. It's helped you with your stress. And I know last time we talked that you used to take your son to the gym and he thinks that's boring. He doesn't want to go with you anymore. Is that correct still?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, he's getting kind of old for the daycare and he's too young to actually go inside of the gym. So I have some great references that I found since last time we talked about how to incorporate fitness into your life.
Oh,
And
good.
they're really simple. There's this community program called IHP. This is a community resource that anyone can go to. And this is located here in Victorville. It's right by the movie theater. And they have programs all day long. I know you work Monday through Friday. Every Saturday, you'll see here they have a Zumba class for kids with parents. So every Saturday, all day, they've got 2 sessions this Saturday that you can take your son to, and you guys can do Zumba together. Does he like to dance?
He does. A little
Good.
too much. I don't really agree with his choice in music, but he does like to dance.
So there's all these Zumba classes and everything. Even if you didn't work one day, you can take him on Monday through Friday. It doesn't just have to be Saturdays. During the week, I know you work, but there are some great classes on eating healthy. So if you ever have a day off or you want to go with a friend or you know of a friend that can use this resource, it's easier to find fitness and health when you have a community. So you'll find families here that you can get connected with, and you can also bring a friend and bring a family member to this. They're very welcoming. They're very nice. I've met them a couple of times, and right here on the back is a map of where you can get to them and all of their classes. So they have tons of classes for kids, and they also have classes in English and in Spanish.
I like this map because it answers that question. I was going to ask you which theater that this was next to, but that answers the question right there.
So also on top of that, I know sometimes it's hard on a Saturday to get to the Zumba class. So I came up with some things, and the American Diabetes Association also agrees with these that I think you can find helpful in your day-to-day practice. So walking during your break at work. I know we're part of California. You get those breaks at work. You could walk on your 30-minute lunch or your 15-minute lunch. Doing yard work is really important. You can plant a vegetable garden together and then take care of the vegetable garden together. Then it includes your healthy eating, and it also includes your physical activity.
And maybe I can plant another apple tree.
You could do so. You do yard work. You could park at the far end of the parking lot and then walk to the building, and then also stepping in place during your commercial breaks, doing some sit-ups. You can do anything on those breaks, and it increases your physical activity. The American Diabetes Association, I know you don't have diabetes. They have great research for everything. Anyone that wants to be healthy, you don't have to have diabetes to go find that. They actually found that sitting for too long is harmful for your heart health and your mental health. So sitting around needs to be broken up with some physical activity. So all of those suggestions are great. Can you think of 2 that we talked about that you can use?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can definitely get up and walk around more often, and I like the idea of walking towards my lunch break. That would help stimulate blood flow.
Good, good. It sounds like you took a little bit from what we talked from our talk today.
Yeah, absolutely, and I really appreciate the menu and and everything with that. A lot of that stuff sounded good, and I'd like to incorporate that in a lot of my family dinner preparations.
Good, good. Is there any other questions you have for me today?
No, I think that's all I have.
All right. Well, if you need anything, you can reference myplate.com. You can call me, .com.org. It's one of those two. But you can call me.
It's in here.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly. It's in there. You can call me. You can go to the American Diabetes Association. You can see your doctor, IHP. There's tons of references for you, okay?
Okay, well, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.